You know, it's no big secret that Robbie Gilbert got his start trapping raccoons. Probably one of my favorite animals to even go after. Even more exciting to me than coyotes sometimes. You know, with the invention of this and a little bit of that, a man can have a lot of fun on the trap line. This week, we're running DPs and we're putting ringtails in the bed of the truck. This is trapping time. Well, look who I got out of bed this morning to go check traps. Right where I caught my first coyote. Welcome to Trap 101. It just never gets old seeing those dogs bouncing. This is my story. This is my time. This is Trapping Time. Trapping Time is brought to you by Trapping Girl Incorporated, Night Owl Lures, Old South Lures, Southern Snares and Spot, Smokey's Deer Lure, Webster's Predator Control, Duke Traps, Wolf Creek Products, Sawmill Creek Baits and Lures.
Alright guys, we're in Mississippi, here on my farm. This is our first morning check. This is the first dog-proof trap we've come to. Right here along this little slough that comes out of this power line. If you look right over here, you got a pretty good coon. Now this is from Mississippi. This is a full-grown size coon. So we're happy to get this out. We've got a deer feeder that's been on this food plot out here all deer season, and these coons have really been hitting the deer feed pretty hard. So we put some dog proofs out to kind of knock the population back a little bit, trying to save a few turkey nests while we're at it. We're gonna get this coon out, get him dispatched, and get it rebaited back up. Alright, so we got the coon dispatched. We're going to reset our Duke DP here. So what I'm going to do is I've got some on my lights out smear bait. And what I'm going to do is just take just a little bit of it. I'm going to put it down in here on this trigger just to get some smell coming from out of there. Just kind of rub it down the bottom of that trap. We're going to set the trap. I put mine about I don't set it all the way, about half a notch. That's the way I like to set mine. And we're just going to push it down in the ground here. We've got it cabled off with the extension cable, this little tree right here. The slough's right here behind us. His coon are just going to work this little slough, come out his hardwoods behind us. Next we're going to put a little bit of our DP bait. This is our super sweet and sticky DP bait. We're just going to put a handful about to the trigger. Like we said, we're not trying to feed them. We just want to get them in here and get them down in there. And the last thing I do, just as a little bit of extra enticer, I'll take a little bit of this lure and I'll just kind of smear it on top. It is edible. The coons will eat that. It's not sour tasting. So when they come along, it's just a little bit of extra. Kind of get out on the wind currents and get their attention as they come by. And hopefully we'll have another one in the morning.
From the hills of West Virginia, Smokey's Deer Lures presents the first and only real pre-orbital gland lure in the world. Applying pre-orbital gland lure to a licking branch will allow you to take a complete inventory of the bucks at your favorite hunting spot. Get yours at smokiesdeerlure.com.
Well, you see, trappers are a special breed of people. We're dedicated, committed, and passionate about what we do and who we are. Each and every one of us has an intense desire to be the very best we can. So in the world of skinny jeans, man buns, and pumpkin spice lattes, sometimes you just have to stop, push back, and tell the world, that's not me. Whether you're from the far north or in the deep south, and anywhere in between, Southern Snares can help you succeed at getting the job done and being who you are.
Alright guys, we're back down here in South Mississippi today. We're not 100 yards from the Leaf River. It's right through there. You see we've got some feeders on this property. This property's got a lot of turkeys on it, and they want to keep it that way. They want to get even more. So what we're doing while we're down here trapping, a little predator trapping, we actually threw in a few coon sets. Actually, my son, this is one of his sets. He actually put this set in here. I had to set the trap, but he did all the rigging, all the bait and everything. So we're gonna get this coon dispatched. We're gonna get this set remade, and then we'll be fishing again. One thing I want to point out to you, be careful when you put double sets. I wasn't really paying attention. He knocked this set completely over. There's still bait in it, but because he was on that longer cable, he was able to knock it over. So we're gonna move that one back some, put it back in the ground. So hopefully if we get maybe we can try to get a double tomorrow, but always make sure when you're putting two different sets in, make sure they can't get to eat both of them. Because I have had them too close and had a pile on each one of them. And here he just knocked it over. It's still got bait in it, but we're going to get him out and we'll let Mitch reset it right quick. Alright, so Mitch dispatched the coon. I reset the trap for him because you know these dukes they're pretty strong. So I'm going to let Mitch kind of walk you through this. He's going to set the trap, he's going to bait it up, and we'll be ready to go tomorrow. So go ahead, Mitch.
So basically what you want to do with these dog proofs is that you might want to, what I did here was I had put the string around it so he wouldn't be able to get far with it. So basically first you need to put it sort of close like right here. And when you're ready, you start putting down the bait. Now you want to be careful, like you don't want to feed them, so basically you can put a little bit. Now basically for me it's alright if it gets a little around outside so you can easily see it.
They're just going to use a little fish oil, just pour down in the trap, put a little bit on the rim just so they can just kind of entice them. That's good.
There you go.
And that trap's ready to go. So hopefully tomorrow when we come in, since hopefully he can't reach the other trap, so hopefully we'll have a double here tomorrow and Mitch can take two out of here.
Okay, we're down here in Mississippi trapping, and got a nice coon here in the Duke dog-proof trap. Reason I set this down here is one, there's a little creek right here, and there was cat tracks down here the other day, and I actually have a cat set put in here in behind the camera. And the main reason I put this in here is to try to help guard, to try to keep possums, raccoons out of the predator sets, because we all know that nothing finds a good coyote or a cat set faster than a possum or a coon. We checked the trap today. We actually got ourselves this coon. We got him by both front feet, so we caught him with both hands in the cookie jar. We had him cabled off to this tree. We're going to go ahead and get him out of here and get this put back in. Kind of show you what I did to kind of catch any of their attention coming down through here to maybe help guard our predator set a little more. Okay, we got the coon out of our DP here. What we did is we cabled him off to this tree, and we're trying to protect our cat set that's put in here in behind the camera. So I tried to stretch this out as far out to the road as I can. You want to make sure that DP is good solid in the ground so that they can't knock it over. Seems like if they knock it over, even if there's bait in it and it's laying flat, they don't tend to want to mess with it as much. So we get it good and solid. We're going to bait it back up with our Webster's Predator Control DP bait. We're just putting a little bit in there. We want it just up about the trigger. We're not trying to feed them, raise them out. We just want to get enough in there to give him maybe a couple tastes and make him keep going back in there. We took our spiked fish oil, and we're just going to put just a little bit around the rim and to try to catch anybody's attention that's coming down this road before they get to our set. We're just going to kind of dribble it across the road a little bit to give him a trail, something to catch his attention. Doesn't take much. Just give him a little something if he's coming down here to kind of curve him back to our DP and try to protect our set. It's kind of a double bonus. one, we get to protect that, plus two, we're trying to get some of the nest predators out here to help the quail and turkey population. So, all right, it's fast, easy. It's a great way to try to help protect sets, help protect the turkeys and the small animals. All right, we're going to get on down the line here and see what else we have this morning.
Hey folks, don't you go anywhere. When we come back, it's the Trapping Time Set of the Week.
Duke Traps has the most complete product line of game traps in the world. Check out the full line of body grippers for beaver, raccoon, muskrat, and more. Duke has homeowners covered as well with a full line of standard and heavy-duty live cage traps. Duke has over 30 models of animal control devices that can help you with your trapping needs. Duke now offers the number 550 and larger 650 coil springs, plus their newly developed number 2 dogless for catching coyotes. Get more information at duketraps.com. Duke, America's best trap value.
Hey folks, be sure to check out our all-star lineup for the upcoming season. New for 2018 is the hard-hitting Blackout Predator bait. If you're looking for a beaver-based bait with some kick, this is it. We're also proud to add to the batting order our line of mouse-based baits. If you're looking for a mice bait so pure it's practically eating cheese in the container, then you will want to try Peyton's Pretty Mouse. Maybe you're looking for a bait with some long-range appeal for those cold winter nights, then you've got to try Peyton's Dirty Mouse. When you're serious about trapping predators like we are, then be sure to make your next purchase at trappingtimetv.com. Hey folks, Robbie Gilbert here with the Trapping Time Set of the Week. Hey, if you're like me, I know a lot of you are, we like to target these big boar coons. You know, boar coons is kind of a solitary animal. The key to catching them is figuring out where they're at. You know, with any animal, if they're not there, you can't catch them. You know, we set out a lot of DP traps when we're targeting boar coon, and the reason why is because they're fast and efficient. My setup here is probably about as easy as you possibly can go. I've got a 4-foot extension cable here, which you can buy at most any trapping supply store. We carry them on our website. I want a 4-foot extension cable with a loop at the end, and I'll attach it with a swivel. If you guys can see here, I'm going to attach this with a swivel. Now this trap's a little rusty, but you can get the gist of what I'm talking about here. This is just a regular old Duke DP. What I like about this setup is that when I set the trap, what's nice about it is I can take and use this. I don't have to carry stakes in with me, guys. One of the worst things you can do is carry a stake in with you because that's just more work. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this around a tree, a root, or whatever, and we're going to loop it right back through here. And we're going to pull it tight. Cinch it all the way down to get around the tree. Tighten it up, and there you are. You've got your perfect hookup. You're going to find trees everywhere. The reason we like this setup here is because we're focusing, where I'm from in Pennsylvania, we have a lot of feeder streams that dry up early. But the thing is, these boar coon, they continue to use it. So what we'll do is, we concentrate on these. They're real close to the road. We can jump out and make a set. I'm going to show you what we're going to do here for a set. Now, with our trap set, we're going to take some of our DP bait. We're using our fruity DP pellets here. We're going to put enough DP pellets in there to get us just right below the trigger. Listen, I see a lot of guys, they want to fill this up all the way top. We're not feeding coon. We're just trying to get them to stick their paw in there. Then what we'll do, we got a nice root here. We're going to wrap, since we've already got it. We're going to wrap this around that root, and we're going to cinch it back down, like so. Get it cinched back down where it needs to be at. And if you're worried about the water level rising, put it up here. Put it someplace close enough that they can get it to it. If you're worried that you're going to be off location a little bit, here's another thing we do. It's going to take us a little fish oil. We're going to give us a little shot. That way it gives them a reason. If they're coming down through here feeding, looking for food, they'll smell that fish oil and bring it up. Another little trick we like to use is our Trapping Time muskrat bait lure. We use it. We catch a lot of muskrats, but we're finding out we're catching a lot of nice boar coon on it too. So a lot of times, especially in these dry land sets, I use it as a smear bait. You can either put it right into DP, but what we like to do, get us a little stick here, and we're just going to take a little bit, just a small amount, and smear it right here on this tree. As these coons are coming down here, it's pretty strong smell. It's got a spearmint smell to it. They're going to come down through here, and it's going to draw them to this area. Get them here, they're going to put their paws right in the trap. Hey folks, if you use that little tip right there, I'm sure it's going to put more fur in your shed. Now let's get back after the raccoons.
We're here in Mississippi. We're actually just checking some of Justin Rogers' traps. He had to go back to work today. They had an archery meet after school today, so he's got a coon here in a Duke DP. He set this. What we're up against, there's a big beaver slough right here, and those coons are funneled right down through here between the two waters, and basically it makes a perfect pinch point for all these animals traveling back and forth. When we came in here in the mud, there was a ton of coon tracks. So he set up a DP here. We're going to go ahead and get this dispatched and get this set back in for him, and then hopefully he can play hooky again tomorrow and come trap with us.
From the hills of West Virginia, Smokey's Deer Lures presents the first and only real pre-orbital gland lure in the world. Applying pre-orbital gland lure to a licking branch will allow you to take a complete inventory of the bucks at your favorite hunting spot. Get yours at smokiesdeerlure.com.
Well, you see, trappers are a special breed of people. We're dedicated, committed, and passionate about what we do and who we are. Each and every one of us has an intense desire to be the very best we can. So in the world of skinny jeans, man buns, and pumpkin spice lattes, sometimes you just have to stop, push back, and tell the world, that's not me. Whether you're from the far north or in the deep south and anywhere in between, Southern Snares can help you succeed at getting the job done and being who you are.
Okay, we got the coon dispatched out of our trap here. We're going to reset this for him. He was using a Duke DP dog-proof trap. We're going to get this put back in here. He had some of the Trapping Time fruity DP bait in there. So that's what we're going to put back in there for him. Just want enough to come up just above the edge of the trigger. That'll be enough to get their attention, get them working the trap, and get them caught. We're going to spice it up a little bit with some fish oil. Just add a little bit of extra scent. Throw a little trailing scent here across the path. Get their attention when they come down through here. And that's pretty much it on a remake. Biggest thing about the DPs, they're fast, they're easy. You can really pow up the coon with them. Okay, got us another Mississippi coon here. I actually set two Duke DPs here. The reason we have them here, I didn't want to cable them off to the trees because I couldn't find a good spot out of the travel lane. But if you look here, it's kind of, you can see there's a coon trail that comes right down through here, and it's coming from the slough, goes right down through here, and goes down to the riverbank that's here on the other side of us. So we sunk two of them right smack dab in the middle of the trail. That way we're not trying to call them off the trail, even a couple feet. When they come down through there, what you're wanting with them DPs is you want him to come down there and be able to basically, he's either going to trip over it or he's going to find it. There's no guesswork to it. So he's pretty muddy. Everything down here in this state's mud. So we're going to get him dispatched and get him out of here and get this set back in. Okay, we're going to reset here. We got the coon out of the trap. We actually changed the trap out just because he had so much of this mud caked in it and caked in the springs and everything. Worried about that mud drying on there and messing up the trap from being able to fire smoothly. So we actually took this opportunity, since we're changing traps, we moved it outside of the catch circle here to an undisturbed part of the trail. Got our anchor drove back in the ground, trap set, and like I said before, we got this set right in that trail. So there's no missing it, there's no us having to pull them or catch their attention. When they come down this trail, they're literally going to trip over it or bump their head on this trap when they go past. We're going to go ahead and bait this up with Webster's Predator Control DP bait. Just want enough in there just to get above the trigger just a little bit, give them a little taste, keep them working the trap. Take a little bit of this fish oil just to help entice them a little bit more and just kind of dribble it around, add a little extra scent to that. With this being in the trail, unlike some of the other sets where we kind of sling it both ways up and down the two-track or the road that we're on, this here, the coon are only traveling, if you look at the tracks in the mud, they're only traveling this 6-8 inch wide spot right here. So we don't have to use as much fish oil spraying around to try to catch their attention. That's pretty much it on a remake. We'll go ahead and head on down the line, see what else we got, and hopefully we can pull another one of these Mississippi coon tomorrow. Okay, we're still down here in Mississippi running our line. This trap actually was Justin Rogers, his boy Mitch's trap that he caught the coon in before. And Justin's being a party pooper, won't let Mitch skip school and run traps with us, so it's okay, Justin. I'll run his trap line for him. I told Mitch I'd take care of it. He connected on another nice coon here. What we got here, we have the main river in behind us, and it kind of funnels down, and you have the slough right over the hill right here, and it kind of gets real narrow right through here. So all your animals coming down through here are kind of funneled into more of a tighter spot right here. So he's got this set up, like I said, connected on another nice Mississippi coon. We'll get him pulled out of here and get this set back up. We're going to go ahead and freshen up his other DP for him while we're here, and hopefully Mitch gets to run it and check his line with us tomorrow. Okay, we got the coon out of our trap. What he's got here, he's got an extension cable tied off to this tree to his trap, and he's using a Duke dog-proof trap. Go ahead and get this reset. Now this Duke dog-proof is a pull-only style trigger, meaning basically the animal's got to reach in. The only way it can be fired off is if you get an animal that reaches in and pulls up on the trigger versus where there's some that can be pushed. So we're going to kind of stretch this back here to the edge of the catch circle. I don't know if it makes a big difference, but a lot of times if you're way in the catch circle, when the coon comes in, he's kind of on guard because everything's all tore up. It's kind of not natural to him, so I think it puts him on alert a little bit. We're going to use some of the Trapping Time Fruity DP pellets. Don't need a lot, just a little bit. Just get it up past the trigger just a little bit, give him a little taste of it. And we're going to spice it up with Webster's Predator Control, the spiked fish oil. Just going to put a couple little drops in there and just kind of give it a little sling back out towards the two track if anything's coming down, to try to get their attention and pull them back up in here some. That's a remake on a DP. They're fast, simple, great way to help out your turkey or quail population. If you haven't tried them, I highly suggest you pick up some dog proofs and give them a go.
Hey folks, I really hope you enjoyed this week's show as much as we did bring it to you. You know, as we proved in this episode, you can have a lot of fun chasing these raccoons with these DPs. It's just totally fun. Doesn't take a lot of work, not a lot of experience, but we can show that you can put these raccoons up in numbers. So whether you're out there just trying to protect a deer feeder, or, you know, maybe trying to protect some turkey eggs for next year, you know, these raccoons need to be caught. You know, someday this fur market's going to come back. It always does. And a man that's pretty lethal with some DPs is going to be able to put a pretty good fur check in his pocket. Be sure to join us next week. It's going to be another exciting episode. And until next time, like we always say, we're keeping the tradition alive here at Trapping Time.